So the Vikings have released their first depth chart. Let's talk about the surprises and the not so surprises coming up next. Welcome to Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at Skull World. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, and leave a comment. I want to hear what you think. Also, that it has you enter a contest where I'm giving away free stuff on the first game of the season. If you, again, subscribe, like, and comment, you'll be entered. The rules are in the description below. Let's get started. I want to talk about who the Vikings put in their unofficial depth chart going into the Raiders game this weekend. Let's go through the list. There's some surprises, there's some not so surprises. And by surprises, I mean, I think more position where they're playing might be a surprise. Maybe some surprises who they got listed as second depth, the second team. So let's start. Let's just go down running backs. We got Dalvin Cook, backups Alexander Mattison, Kenny Nwangu, Tyler Chandler, Bryant Koback. No specific tier there. Fullbacks, CJ Ham, Jake Bargas is backup. Wide receivers, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson. Backups, KJ Osborne, Amir Smith-Marset, BC Johnson, and Meyer Mitchell. So that's the second tier, believe it or not. So Tristan Jackson and Jalen Naylor and Dan Chisena all ranked in the third team. Albert Wilson, Thomas Hennigan, and Blake Prohl is on the active, and Blake Prohl's on the active pup list. But they got Wilson and Hennigan last, not even in the third tier of receivers. So hey, that's a little surprise. Let's see what happens in the game day. This could always change. Tight ends, Irv Smith Jr. stands alone. Backups, Johnny Munt listed first. Ben Elfison second. Zach Davis in third. Nick Muse, Sean Byer. Tackles, obviously Christian Darrisaw, left tackle. Brian O'Neill, right tackle. Blake Brandel, left tackle. And, Oli Udo, right tackle. Vidarian Lowe, left tackle, and Timon Parrish, right tackle. So Vidarian Lowe is stuck behind in the backup to the backup of left tackle. So he's not getting a whole lot of looks. Let's see what he is in game time. I'm going to be looking to see what this guy can do. But they got on left tackle, so that's awesome. Starters on the offensive line, Ezra Cleveland, Garrett Bradbury, and Jesse Davis. That's the interior line. Backup, Chris Reed. They got him listed as left guard. So even though they've been playing him at center, they got Schlotman listed as center. I think for the game, that's probably what they're going to do because I think Reed will probably play center some in the game, and so will Schlotman. But maybe they've already given up and said, hey, he's going to be our left guard backup. Which is, we don't have him at right guard because we got Ed Ingram there. I think which is strategic because of the game. I don't think any of the starters are going to play, and this is just how they're going to go into the game. Kyle Hinton, left guard, Josh Sokol, center, and Wyatt Davis, right guard. Let's see here. Defense. 43 players appear on the official depth chart. Defensive ends. This one, I heard something about this because Tomlinson said that he was gonna probably get more chances of rushing the quarterback. They got him listed as starting defensive end. So they got Dalvin Tomlinson and Armon Watts listed as defensive end, which means, and I'll bring that up here when they go nose tackle. Starters, that's Dalvin Tomlinson, Armon Watts. Backups, Jonathan Bullard and James Lynch. I haven't even said Bullard's name this entire time. So, geez. They got him as the second team. Jalen Twyman and Sezi Otamao. I murdered his name, and I apologize. Otameu. That's from the Minnesota Gopher kid. And then Julian Taylor, I never ever said his name at the end. So, that's the depth chart for defensive end. Nose tackle, starter Harrison Phillips. And then they got TJ Smith, T.Y. McGill Jr. and Tyrese Stevenson. So it makes me wonder who's the backup of Harrison Phillips. Is it one of these guys, or is it going to be Dalvin Tomlinson now? So this one throws me for a little loop. But what a big defensive line if you got Dalvin Tomlinson, Arm Watson, and Harrison Phillips playing the nose tackle and defensive ends. Outside linebackers, starters Danielle Hunter and Zadarius Smith. And backup, this one surprised me, but I have heard some good things through the grapevine of Patrick Jones II and DJ Wanham as the backups. Hey, more power to him. I did have Pat Jones making the team, but it's awesome that he stepped up and they show him as the second team. Luigi Villain, I can never say his name. I've never heard it said before. And Janarius Robinson as third team. Andre Mintz and Zach McLeod last. So this is definitely, I think, going to show more after the preseason games start, because Zach McLeod and Andre Mintz have showed up in practice. I'm really high on Janarius Smith. The Luigi guy, I don't know. I can't say his name. I haven't seen any tape on him or haven't even looked at him. So who knows? Starters on inside linebacker Eric Kendricks and Jordan Hicks. Backups Troy Dye and Brian Asamoah II. So that's looking right. I've seen that. Chaz Surratt and Blake Lynch as the third team. Ryan Connolly and William, I can't say this name, William Kwinku is weak side linebacker, is on the PUP list. Cornerbacks, starters Patrick Peterson and Cameron Dantzler Sr. What do you know? Didn't even know he was a father. Congratulations. Backups Shandon Sullivan and Andrew Booth Jr. That makes sense. Chris Boyd and Caleb Evans is third team. What do you know? If we're taking sixth corner, he makes it right now. Perry Nickerson and Harrison Hand next. Nate Harrison and Ty Smith last. A lot of cornerbacks. Safety starters Harrison Smith and Cameron Bynum. No surprise there. Backups Lewisine, Josh Mateus, Miles Dorn, and Mike Brown. I had Lewisine and Mateus at one time making the team. I had pulled Mateus off the list, but now I'm kind of thinking they got him even with Lewisine as the second teamer. We'll see. Let's see. Okay, just a roster note. They have a write-up here. In contrast to continuity on offense, the defense has undergone a significant overhaul in scheme and personnel. Minnesota is pivoting to a 3-4 base under new defensive coordinator Ed Donatel. The Vikings have 5 players who started in 2021 season opener listed among the 11. How many? The Vikings have 5 players that were starters out of the 11 opening last season. First teamers on defense: Tomlinson, Hunter, Kendricks, Peterson, Harrison Smith. Those are the guys. The Vikings have strengthened their defensive core with additions of Phillips and Hicks among front 7 and bolstered their pass rush with signing of Zadarius Smith. Bynum and Dantzler have turned in some nice moments at training camp while working ahead of Minnesota's first 2 picks, Seen and Booth. So that's the and here's some more. Special teams kicker Greg Joseph, punter Jordan Perry, long snapper Andrew DePola, kickoff returner Nwangu, starter backup Osborne and Chandler. Backup kick returners. Punt returner starter Smith Marset, ISM. That makes me change my 53. If ISM makes it, then I'm only carrying 6 receivers. And then backup Jalen Naylor. Wow. So my first impression is starting to come true, where Jalen Naylor makes a team along with BC Johnson and and Jacina out. Let's see. So that's the main stuff. Kind of surprises. Not surprises, but Jones is a backup outside linebacker. Harrison Phillips is nose tackle. Tomlinson playing left defensive end. I thought those guys were going to as we change the fronts, mix and match, but they really got Harrison Phillips as the nose tackle and Tomlinson moving to DN, which shocks me, really, that he's going to play more D end. But hey, that's it for today on this Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Leave a message below. That'll enter you in my contest. Rules are in the description below. Sweet. Let's get it going. Minnesota Sports Talk. Hashtag JJ2K. Remember that. Hashtag JJ2K. The road for Justin Jefferson to get 2,000 yards. Let's do it. Starts now. Sweet. That's it. Skull Vikings. See you later.